Sam, please make a knowledge geography check.
Okay. Oh, I actually have that, too. Anyway, 11.
Well, that's enough. When you're copying the map and you're getting over to where the southwest spire is, where Munis is at, there's a name right next to Munis in smaller print.
I'm reading the fine print?
Yeah, now that you're like paying close attention and you're like getting in there.
Okay.
Okuma. And it's sort of wrapped around the last letter of Munis's name.
Sam doesn't say anything, but does just lightly tap Arden's shoulder.
Yes.
And points real close at the end of Munis's name.
A flowing ribbon of Okuma's name.
I'm sorry, Guardian, what was your name?
My name changes with each year. This year, it's Sally.
Okay.
Everyone is just like, what?
Sally, within your devices that your people use, I've seen a tracking device before.
This can exist, yes.
May I have one, please?
To what purpose?
I have deep personal business with Munis and Okuma, and your device seems to tell me where I need to meet them.
They are both very faithful administrators.
Yes?
Sam will look up and be like, okay, can I add Arden as an administrator? Is that a thing I can do?
No.
How does that happen then?
From a higher administrator.
So even though he's just a user and I'm an administrator, I can't give him administrator.
Do I have to sing the song?
It looks at you glowing, waiting.
Hope you've been paying attention.
Oh, boy. Okay. What is it to remember the lyrics of the song?
Oh, boy. That's going to be a history check.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
And then a performance check to do it. And that's
21.
Okay, and then go ahead and perform what you remember.
I would like to take 20.
No.
Okay, well, let's see. What can we do to bump that up a little bit?
Unless the robot considers it cheating.
Explosive runes?
That's not quite cheating, but can Sam hum the melody?
You could inspire competence.
It has to be.
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
Yeah, so an inspire confidence.
I'm not going to tell you beforehand.
Yeah. And inspire confidence that gives him just the tune to follow, but none of the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll let you go first.
Yes. Well, if that's performed, then it is a 23.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
15. Oh, sorry, with this +2, that'd be actually a 17. No penalties for the first time and using a crystal roll.
Watching you, glowing.
Nervously singing.
You appear to be in training.
Perhaps one of those tracking devices would make a wonderful training utility.
Tracking device?
Did you already forget your question?
Oh my god. Okay. There's a device that correlates to your map. I've seen it, a handheld device that is capable of tracking locations of Umbras. And I guess privileged personnel.
Oh, we track them from the stars.
Okay, but what about the device that
Those could be constructed if they are, however, primitive.
Okay. Could you please construct one? And better yet, something that could perhaps also vouch for me is I was working with Olaine, the custodian of the Spire in Rogueport, to translate a copy of a manual to the spires that Chryso from the Swamp Spire to the west,
As you're saying this, they move their jagged arm and the entire map moves, scattering everything and bringing them over to the Rogueport Spire. It has a big X over the top.
And awkward silence.
It's frozen in place?
Operations are... It's having trouble with this. Inconclusive.
Okay, I was not...
You had mentioned the Swamp Spire, and then they put their jagged arm out and then move the entire map again. You know Chryso?
Yes, he entrusted me with a manual to the Spire's function, but it is written in an unfamiliar language, and Olaine was in the process of translating it to a language that I could comprehend
Understood. I will update the notes. And then they wave their arm again, and it goes back over to the Roqueport Spire. And they pull off of it, and a little cube opens up. And then they're going to put their jagged little nub in there. And they're going to enter. Currently focused on processing guide to Spire operations for general use purposes. And then they move their arm again, and it brings back to Chryso, and they poke that Spire, and wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Arden waits for it.
Everyone waits for it.
Light in the chamber coalesces, and a towering image of Chryso takes shape in the room. And they look down at our beloved little puppo. Greetings.
Oh, this is unexpected. I'm not sure why we called you here, because I couldn't finish my sentence, but the Olaine of the Roqueport Spire was in the process of translating the manual that you had given me before, and Perkis, the elder here in Bismutoon, said that perhaps one of the guardians here could assist in retrieving that.
I see. They extend an arm out, presumably looking at something. Ah, it says here they are working on its translation.
Okay, so it's not complete then.
Does not say complete, no.
Okay. Well, since you are here, Chryso, perhaps you could attest to the validity of my intentions in resolving these issues with the Spire. And I am attempting to ask this guardian, Sally.
They wave at you.
Sam interrupts briefly. Says, we need to upgrade Arden from administrator in training to full administrator.
They appear to be looking at something and poking. It appears there are no administrators in the chamber you currently occupy.
You just had your privileges, bold boy.
Sally goes, raises their arm over there where presumably a head would be. I may have made an improper assumption.
Okay. Well, as a trainee, perhaps we seek out Munis, who is in charge of this Starlight project, and we need to find out where he is. And I've seen devices that your people use to track Umbras and other things of that nature, and I was perhaps hoping to procure one of those devices so that we can speak with this person.
They currently exist within Vinculum.
The device.
Yes. This is Sally speaking to you.
Oh, okay. But it's... So you don't have any in this Spire, and you cannot manufacture one despite its crude simplicity.
Unfortunately, for whom you're trying to locate, it would be ill-equipped to keep track of their shifty movements.
Okay. Well, then here's another question then. Is your Spire capable of getting us to where he is quickly?
Their light glows and flares and dies down. Where the Spire they are located operational, it might be.
If Iniculum is not operational?
It is not currently operational.
Bada?
It shouldn't be, no.
Okay, that's a problem. Okay. So we have a much bigger problem here. Is there something... There isn't another Spire nearby?
The nearest Spire would be located to the northeast or to the south.
It's broken.
Oh, it's the broken one. Oh, he's in Vinculum. Okay. I'm told that the Guardians at Vinculum are hostile to everyone. Do you have any way that you could possibly verify our intent as non-hostile with them?
It's doing its little loading thing of thinking about it, processing. Currently, we do not have a reason for you to pacify the Guardians of Vinculum.
What about to rescue the dragon's tear that is trapped there?
The dragon's tear that is located within Vinculum is damaged and not operating in a ordinary fashion.
And from what I've gathered from your murals, you are capable of fixing it. Correct?
We could attempt, but that would be unprecedented.
We're a repair crew then.
Very well, updating your status. You've now been identified as a repair crew.
We're getting nameplates or...
No, we're getting cute little jumpsuits with their names on them.
Oh, sweet.
And we're going to come up in a van that isn't suspicious, and we're going to be able to get, like, right into the heart of the thing before we're busted by the double cross. It'll be just like a heist movie.
That's how we start the infiltration,
Yeah.
All right, let's just start explaining the heist, and then we're going to cut to the end where we're done.
Yeah, we're doing the montage.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any further questions?
No, I think that'll do. Unless...
Are
Sam-
you eating right?
held up a paw and then stopped. It's like, wait, what?
They turn towards you.
I really want to hear Arden's answer to that, but earlier you said that in the past couple decades there have been a record number of Spire activations.
Correct.
When was Munis added to the Locus administrator list?
A couple decades ago.
Okay.
About so.
And before that, how to word this? Moonsea's directives. You can access those.
Indeed.
Did they change suddenly a couple decades ago?
It appears they're in stage 5 of 6.
What about before all the Spire activations?
They have been occurring for quite some time. The rate increases exponentially, however. Were you to correlate it with their current activities and past activity.
Is there any change in the locus that correlates to the rate increase?
Requesting permission.
Uh-oh.
Permission denied.
It appears many decades ago, as if they're reading many's in the air, a directive was given that would change to better represent the will of the citizens of the Cross in a greater control over their own destiny.
And that change has resulted in the deactivation of Spires.
Indeed, it would appear so.
They are literally playing God with us.
It's like, well, I don't remember taking a vote.
Oh, how democratic of you in this fantasy setting.
It would appear the natural inclinations of the Cross would bend in this direction, based on the available data. How unfortunate.
Does whatever you're reading say who made those changes?
Oh, indeed. The name and identification, however, is blurred out from my authorization level.
Of course it is.
Cryptic answers are pretty terrible, aren't they?
Giving you this information was approved.
By whom?
Wait,
The name is blurred out.
Message was approved by redacted.
it's like, so wait, so you requested the information, and then someone approved it
Correct.
actively.
In real time. The glow of the construct goes to a deep purple.
Would you like to send a message to this person?
Would you, Bada?
THX LOL.
I would like to send a message to this person.
In the form of a request?
Yes. A request for in-person conversation.
They reach into the air with their stubby, spiky arm and let you know your request has been sent.
Your request has been denied.
Bing, bing.
It appears your request has been authorized.
I did not expect that either.
I am not.
But
Hold on, let me set up my camcorder back here. My weapon back.
Oh, now you're doing Therrin's thing.
Therrin adjusts her fur.
It appears the task has been completed.
that we have already spoken?
It has been backdated.
Back.
You mean backlogged?
Back.
How wonderful.
So you're saying it was dated in the past?
Correct.
What's the date?
I am not authorized to provide you this information.
Of course. So they don't want to speak to us because they've already spoken with us, correct?
Based on the information present, it does appear that you have a issue with agitation, however. Would you like a suggestion to alter your diet to assist with the onset of aging?
Would you like to assist me with my agitation problem?
Sally, before you assist in your own destruction, one more question, from me at least. We asked about any projects that were in opposition to Starlight, and you said none within the Cross.
Correct.
What about outside the Cross?
Currently, the most numerous population outside of the Cross would be the gigantic wasp or the enormous glowing minipedes, of which possess little cognitive function. Their plan is to reproduce and consume all within their path.
And that is a project?
The extermination and prevention of this is a project. This is delegated through control nodes within currently operating societies.
Can you elaborate on what a control node is?
Centers of power.
Cities and towns.
Yep.
It also would appear that spiders of the sea have grown in great numbers in the last decade. Looking for additional information on things that have changed in the last decade.
But what?
Related to my earlier questions. Useful to know.
Yeah, because of your thing with spiders.
No, not the spiders. I already knew that part. Sally, was there a recent directive to eliminate a wandering fungal minipede here at Tempest?
Minute tasks of that sort are delegated out to societies.
That wasn't an answer to the question.
Actually, I think it was.
It was delegated to society.
Our very dear Therrin's hunt was ordered by the same entity that wishes our destruction.
Systemically, there are doubts that someone or something, entity, inconclusive, would dabble in matters so base.
But the intention was there.
The intention would be to set up a system through which society could grow. Its longevity would require survival. Direct control is not necessary.
It's an answer.
It is a answer, yes.
You appear to be a stressed individual. Would you like to talk about it?
I'll let you ask Arden about his problems first. Arden, do you want to talk about your feelings?
The construct turns to Arden and glows a rosy, warm red. This is my area of expertise.
It is. Perhaps you could rather directly assist me. A cause of great stress is munis. And
Perhaps you should talk to them.
perhaps you could actually assist me in talking to them.
I have told you where they are located.
Yes. Okay, then I think we're done here.
Sam nods.
Lada? Therrin?
Dearest Therrin, do you have any questions?
No. No.
It is nice to see new faces. Most don't get this high in the spire, so I do not get much direct interaction
I have a question.
in the years I reside here.
I have a question. You said Project Starlight will wipe out all living entities.
Project Starlight will recover society from being wiped out by a calamity.
Right. A calamity.
It is a reaction to an event.
What entities would survive a calamity?
Entities residing within the locus, single-cell organisms, and deep sea life.
So you would not survive a calamity.
In terms of inorganic persons,
Right.
it would depend on the calamity. If it were a massive plague, we would do just fine.
But a celestial body crashing into you physically would most certainly destroy you.
It would be problematic. It would depend where the impact was. The size of the impact, the force.
Would an Umbra have capabilities of surviving most calamities?
A number with enough experience might.
What about the Sturgle over there? Are they of enough Umbra material to potentially survive?
Were they trained and experienced? Perhaps. They look tube fresh.
What on earth does that mean?
I think it's the same thing as half-baked.
Oh,
The term half-baked would refer to an emergency operation.
I'm aware.
Your dear Therrin, however, shows signs of freshly made.
Therrin is young but complete.
And how about the rodent?
Who's currently trying to climb the wall
Yes.
and get at the giant gem on top.
Yes.
Who has not made any kind of headway past 10 feet. They are of the same situation.
So they would potentially. Okay. They could potentially survive a calamity should it happen.
All things are relative.
Well, there are more important people that aren't in our situation that need to be saved. So we'll have to stop it regardless.
Of course.
The best of luck to all of you. It sounds like you have a mission and a goal.
Well, shall we?
Yeah, what should I be eating?
Oh,
No. I'm kidding.
Quick, everyone in the hall.
It's about to let you know, and then you're like, I'm kidding. And
Also, how do we leave?
Would you like a quick exit?
Oh, I would like a survivable exit.
Or like a safe, quick exit.
They're going to point their arm at the wall of the spire, and it's going to fold outward, and there is a long drop.
That is not safe.
Is it a drop or a scale?
Scale.
Okay. We can slide down.
Well, after you.
Sam shrugs and puts his traveling cloak under his butt and goes down the big slide.
Decision making time. Zaz jumps without the.
Oh,
No.
And they're going to try and do it on their boots. So we'll roll for that in a little bit.
Those aren't magic boots, are they?
No.
No.
oh. I'm more worried about the falling on his face part.
Just gonna have to go after him, aren't I?
Well,
There's a loud whee from down the tunnel.
Therrin, your grand exit. This is your chance to surf down the side of a spire.
After you, Arden.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did prep it. Cool. Arden will come to the edge of the spire, or the edge of the opening, rather, and he will take a step back about 30 feet or so and take a running leap out the
All right.
side, and just for fancy flair, twist around and cast Gust of Wind to propel himself faster down the spire,
All right.
and using the Ring of Featherfall to safely descend downward.
Sally.
Yes, Bottom?
Is there a less dramatic exit?
You could sit on your butt and slide down.
Very well.
It might be the safest route.
That's a lie.
Therrin, what would you like to do? The construct is still floating there, watching.
Right. Everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
She walks up and touches the construct.
Greetings, young one.
Doesn't do anything. None of the fun constructy, talky stuff.
How can I be assistance to you? Your friends were quite strange.
I'm not an administrator, right?
Of course not.
Can you start a project?
It would depend on the project.
I don't know. I want you to start a project. Try and figure out how to save all of the living beings on this planet, since there isn't one right now. And yeah, that's all I got.
What would you like to call the project?
Project Porcello.
Absolutely zero hesitation.
Porcello?
Porcello.
What is that? Isn't that a pig?
No, that's
Oh,
that
that's
is-
a porcini.
That is the Perch family name before it was bastardized.
Ah.
I can see about that being constructed.
Her vanity knows no bounds.
No, it doesn't.
I do worry for your friends.
Well, that's good. Maybe you can help us not die. And just walks off and slides down.
Do you do the surf pose? You could probably manage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like naturally, you don't really have to ask.
We'll just assume that she's doing it.
Tumble check, everybody.
No, I'm floating.
I'm on my butt.
Because I know I was going to bomb that and hurt myself.
I'm like, I got like the cake underneath and I'm gripping it at the front. It's making it like a makeshift shed.
I'm casting Entangle as I sneak closer to the bottom.
Tumble check.
He wants the tumble check.
Fine.
20.
Ooh, that was so close to being good.
You arrive at the bottom safely.
8.
Sam.
I arrive at the bottom and stick the landing.
8.
The entangle prevents you from a worse outcome. But you're able to call upon the natural wild or the natural fauna to grasp at you, cuddle you, and keep you safe in its bosom.
Thank you, nature. Thank you.
Even better, I use the forward momentum of the slide to bounce at the bottom and then do a front flip.
Jesus.
Jump check.
I have the forward
You're
momentum.
adding to it. See, I just poofed into a pile of flowers.
What is jump strength? 10.
I think John. Is it strength? It might be.
That's what this says. I'm ignoring the -6 from load.
You're going to stick that landing. You felt the force in your feet, though.
We'll be back in the cart.
Therrin, how'd you do?
When she gets to the bottom, tumbles into a jump and lands on a rock nearby. And I have rolled a 26 for tumble and a 21 for jump.
With style and elegance.
She lands on the rock like a ballet dancer.
And
Tiptoe.
our dear Mr. Renshaw lands with grace.
I gently.
Like 15 minutes later because he had to slow fall the entire way down and everybody else is just waiting.
Oh, I should have clinked him.
And now for the last person.
But he jumped ahead of me, so.
My God.
Zaz will not have boots after this because they're going to be worn out.
No, yeah, that's
However, they do glide all the way down like Tarzan in the trees
Tarzan didn't. Oh well.
in the Disney
Disney
movie.
one he did.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, like that, like I guess moss powers or something.
well.
Lubed up jungle.
Well,
And they do successfully land. They once again do the splits, but this time they meant to.
Oh.
you gotta practice.
Golf clap.
Woo! They just raise their arms up.
At least from the 3 people there.
Are you? I can imagine like you're floating down doing your little golf garden.
Well, I just imagined he had like his arms like holding his cape out with like one leg up and one leg down. Just
Oh, what? Doing a fucking Doctor Strange like I'm on a fucking set of fly wires.
You already did a Doctor Strange in some other episode.
yeah, falling through dimension door is totally a strange thing.
Yiba specifically told us it's upward reach. I had to take advantage of it.
And yet it's a Doctor Strange move.
Zaz is going to turn to the rest of the party, looking around, proud of themselves. So, what are we doing next? I did not pay attention.
It sounds like we should go to Viniculum to confront Munis unless the rest of you have a different plan.
We do have a map over to the other spire.
Pretty sure it's Absolvo. Just to be sure. Before I just blurted it out.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
I was like, Absolvo? Yes, Absolvo.
Yeah,
want-
that place.
You want to go to Absolvo?
I'm saying it's an option.
I mean,
You have not encouraged me on that path full of apparently deadly creatures and strange plague.
it sounds like it would be a
Dangerous
rope
creatures in strange places and curses.
of Coeurasa.
Zaz says excitedly, like getting hyped about it.
So,
Or Zas, the person that threatened your family, could be defeated.
Do we need more equipment before we can confront Munis?
I would like to be as well stocked as possible, but that would be quite the deviation, unless you happen to have a local hookup, as they would say.
No one likes to go to Absolvo.
Wait, no, Absolvo. Oh, that's right. That's where the other half of his spear was. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
That's like a week north of here through a poisonous desert filled with monsters.
Yes.
Monsters? Poisonous desert?
And also would probably be unable to get to Perkis in time for whatever it is he wanted to speak with me about in 8 days.
Oh,
7
right.
days now.
That.
Is that Zal's talking? Or
Yeah,
Zaz
that's Zaz talking.
Okay.
Zaz talking.
I'm
They're
like,
like,
wait,
oh,
wait.
yeah, we already have a quest. Oops.
It'll take a day to get through the woods.
I think the more imminent threat is probably Viniculum. We could potentially go back up to Absolvo afterwards, because somebody who we know is actively against us is a couple hours to the west versus going a week up through a poisonous desert filled with monsters. Yes, we know Zas.
They're excited.
For a week there and back. While I would like to see the other half of Hardin's spear and whatever legacy he has with these people, it feels like a very dangerous thing to do for potentially a single item. I mean, I can't speak for the rest of you on that, but
Well, what's it, Mildred? The bat?
That's great.
Mildred did also make those potions you clambered up there as well, but it still puts us at a wrong time.
Sam lays out the map on the back of the cart. Map.
You're able to get a lot of it, but not all of it.
I was interrupted, yes.
He brings out the ruler and the measuring tape and string.
yeah, get
No, just so we can see like what our options are
Oh, okay.
and where all the activity is.
well. Like I said, it seems like the most imminent threat, but like going that far out of our way to potentially get a better weapon against this would. Munis could be done with whatever he's been doing there by the time we get back. We could miss him completely. And presumably, he already had a several-month lead on us because we went all the way down to Rogueport. And while I don't know exactly what he's doing in Viniculum, it could be he's had plenty of time to work on it, so it could be near completion, whatever it is.
Well, I guess Munis is the bigger target.
Would the other half of the spear help us deal with the order as well?
It could be an interesting tool against the Order, but I don't know anything about what the other half of the spear does.
I meant symbolically, but yes.
But yes, symbolically it could have some importance. I just don't know what, because it never existed in any of our text documents or statues. So, potentially, yes, but I simply have no...
Both things sound good.
Therrin, what do you think?
Well, if I understand, and I don't understand much of what happened in there and pointing to the spire, it sounds like Munis is doing something that endangers us all right now. Is that correct?
Correct.
Then we need to stop him.
All right.
Well, then to Viniculum.
It's pronounced vinculum.
You should have actually.
I kind of did.
Sam rolls up the map and puts it carefully in the scroll case.
And everybody else rolls a reflex save for damage.
Why?
because he just...
Because I just got sassed by my boyfriend.
Oh, that's 20.
You bitch.
You can't hurt me.
For the fireball, he was just...
I could actually be really mean and cast my new spell and just make things really unpleasant for everybody but Therrin.
Oh, okay. Do it.
But-
Do it. No.
hiding it from you, huh?
No, but yes. So, well, I guess we have a map now, a very detailed map.
So what was with all the weird stone things? And they like scoot over to you, Arden, like whisper.
Zos does?
Yeah, Zos does. What was going on with Therrin? They kept like staring and drooling and falling over. Were they okay?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Who was staring and drooling?
Whenever they touched one of those big murals.
Oh,
I learned that word from Mom.
Drooling?
Mural.
Oh.
probably drool too.
They've
but-
stopped being quiet about it now that it's become a group conversation.
So, when we were dead, and we touched things that were in the spire, we were able to enter them.
Okay.
That's what Therrin did.
Oh, so if you have a body, you just look weird.
In a simple sense, yes. Therrin left her body for a few seconds.
So I could have been messing with the spire, but instead I was training.
What?
You could have touched the murals, yeah.
Next spire we go to, I'm touching murals. I'm touching everything that looks like art.
Is the door still open at the bar?
No.
Just runs back in
It's
there.
like, okay, we could go try again if you want.
Yeah. It's pretty much just a giant super slide now.
I just remember there being a big bird on the art and stuff.
Yes, that is presumably in this broken spire.
Oh, okay, good. Let's go.
Is the cart around?
Yeah, it's just right out. Yeah, it's just right outside the spire. You just have to like do a little walking.
Okay. Well, as Therrin walks towards the cart, she's like, "Hey, Bada, is like Viniculum a city or an area?"
Vinculum.
Vinculum.
We're stupid foreigners, y'all.
What have Susie and Marcus eaten while we were away?
Oh, the grass, of course.
Why?
There's tons of foliage.
What?
All the flowers?
What
Those
about
two, yeah, whatever's like physically in front of them.
Aren't those the graves?
Well, when
Bada.
when I asked it to look around, I was told that there were no graves to be seen.
No.
There were no gravestones.
I didn't say they didn't say gravestones.
You did.
You said
No.
you said headstones. You were looking for headstones.
I asked for graves.
Sam, okay.
That was out of character, but
No. Oh, wait, was that out of character?
or I was just like, oh no, did they eat everything?
Oh, I thought
what's gonna happen?
I thought you were in character.
There's like just a plot of nothing there anymore because they've been eating everything in front of them, and the cart's turned to the side, and they're just munching on more flowers and grass.
All right, I'm just gonna go pet them and be like, okay, you two.
There's just
Come on.
like big patches of like this white ashy dirt.
You get tummy ache.
Well, should we load up and go?
Yeah. Vinculum's an area. It's by the broken spire by the wall.
Oh, so it's not like a city. It's just an area.
From what I was told by Perkis, the local guardians that inhabit it are quite unpleasant to visitors. We're visitors.
No, we're repairmen.
We're repairmen, yes, and that's what I'm hoping for.
All right. Well, Therrin gets onto the cart, scrawls "Geek Squad" on the side, and gets into the driver's seat.
Oh God, thank God! When those spires were formed, they got that Best Buy contract.
Yep.
You got to put the confidence into the line. We're repairmen, and we're here to fix your spire.
I'll leave the talking to you then.
As you always should.
Actually, I'll have you know that I can relate to these things a lot better because they're very logical devices, and I am a logical device.
You seem very frustrated with our previous logical device.
Yes, our logical device wouldn't give me a straight fucking answer, and I was going to blow a hole in that spire if she didn't fucking...
Although, to be completely honest, these things don't get angry at Arden. So, yes, Arden should be talking to robots and nothing else.
And like you.
I've got bad charisma, too.
So the comment about Bismutoon being nothing but bears, racism.
I know. It all makes sense then.
Yeah.
For Sam, it's just ignorance.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can Therrin do a ride check, or he'll just...
No,
Yeah,
Therrin doesn't get to ride anymore.
Aaron's locked onto the top of the cart.
Susie and Marcus and make sure that... Ooh, God.
You're gonna have to
Are you
pet him
petting them
on
while
one.
angrily looking at their...
You just poke them in the eye.
You are offended by their actions, but know that they are just dumb animals.
No, I'm not offended by their actions.
They hate your people's grain.
That's not...
That's...
If you were to ask that in character, I would explain to you exactly what's going on here. 16.
They appreciate your attention
Okay.
as they munch on more grass and flowers. And a bush. They got a hold of a
You
bush.
got a hold of a push.
And they're
Alright.
eating through the solid, like, wood core.
Okay.
And then it gets pulled out of the ground, and they are going at it.
Why are we not stopping them?
They're taking the whole cart with them.
I'm gonna push them along towards the road to get back on it. More than gentle pushing. Nudging. So
They do so with their mouths open wide, slapping noises and chewing.
Okay.
Back on the road?
With a ride check, Therrin, or whoever else
I'm
wants
not
to
alive.
try.
I'm
Didn't sound like
climbing
I
in
was...
the wagon, but I'm not
She's pounding from Arden yelling at her, so I guess Sam will pick up the reins.
good.
The ride check was a 17
Nice, ride back.
in the middle of the night.
Yep. Sure. Yes.
The Curse of Coeurasa is a production of Reno Area Anthropomorphic Arts and Recreation for BLFC 2023. This episode was edited by Dejarm's Pony and was mixed and mastered by AJ the Ratty. Yi McQuinn is our game master and the voice of Zoss and the NPCs. Arden Renshaw is played by Hawkfeather. Therrin Perch is played by Dejarm's Pony. Bada Amica is played by Dabbles. Samuel Horstrom is played by Damek Kritu. Original music by Fox Amore. You can find more music from Fox Amore at foxamore.bandcamp.com and on Spotify. For more information about BLFC, the theme, and the lore behind your favorite characters and settings, visit goblfc.org.